excited. You know who we have with us today? We have the dads. They're the dads to our mom balls. Yeah. So we're really excited to have them here. We're gonna
how that sounded.
Yeah, I know. It sounds cool. We're gonna make them laugh. But anyway, we're excited because these are the dads to our athletes that we have so proudly brought to you guys about what they're doing and their journey to D1. Everybody's at a different college already. We're so excited to hear their perspective. Get excited, y'all.
Yay!
Robin, welcome. All right, guys, take it away. Start with your names. Tell us who you are.
My name is Ben Stevens. My son is Chance Stevens, and he plays basketball at LMU.
Yay.
Yes,
Hi, my name is Lamar Mickey. My son is Jaden Mickey, freshman at University of Notre Dame.
Yes.
My name is Gary Curry. I don't have any sons. I got 2 girls, Jada and Layla, Cal, and LMU.
Yes.
Right.
Woo!
Right.
That's amazing. Did you hear those schools?
Yeah.
Our kids are doing it, y'all. So they're going to share with us, what it's been like for them. We've been telling y'all what it's been like for us. And we have so much more content to bring to you down the road. But today, tell us what y'all know and what your experience has been watching all of our babies, because to us, they're still our babies.
Right.
Your athletes and your sons and your daughters. And you don't only have 2 daughters, you have 2 daughters that are in college currently. You have 4 daughters.
Yes.
Right.
You all have 4 daughters.
Hashtag girl dad.
Hashtag girl dad. He's a girl dad. Beautiful daughters. All beautiful daughters. Okay, take it away, guys. Whoever wants to go. You guys have fun talking to each other.
You want to go
Talking
first?
to us.
You
You go first.
Oh,
All right, I go. Lamar, go first.
All right, here we go.
I'll jump in. I'll jump in.
No doubt.
Yes, I'm gonna do that.
So, again, Lamar Mickey, my son Jada Mickey, football player at University of Notre Dame. The experience has been cool. Over the years, I was a high school football coach, and he would have to come with me, my daughter as well, come with me to football practice. And so they were always surrounded around football. Growing up, I coached at the high school and I coached at the youth level. So I coached my son growing up. Again, he was surrounded by football athletes, and I trained those athletes as well. So when I was training these high school guys, he would be there and see what the grind was to becoming a high school athlete. And so I think he had an inside scoop prior to getting to high school, what it was going to take for him to be successful. And that was the goal for me. As a father, I took everything that I didn't know growing up and had to experience myself. My dad was in my life and a good dad, but he was a baseball player and a swimmer. So when I played football, I was pretty much by myself. My uncle, his brother, was a basketball player, Division I basketball player, All-American at San Jose State. My grandfather was a track runner. So I had the support, but I had to learn a lot on my own as far as being a football player. And I ended up playing Division I football at Weber State University, but I knew when I had my son, I wanted to give him, if he had the love for the game, whatever game he had the love for, I wanted to give him the experiences that I didn't have all the time. And so we started at a young age, working on his footwork, looking at football games and teaching him what he needs to know as a defensive back, as a wide receiver, as a quarterback, just explaining the whole game to him on Sundays, Saturdays, football games and things like that. I would also take him to football games on Friday nights, high school football games. So it was in his blood, and he had a passion. But the one thing that I wanted to say is that I didn't just force feed him to play football. He had an option to play. He played basketball, he ran track. The only sport I didn't get him into was baseball. And he never asked to play baseball, but he played basketball, he played track. His first sport, the first sport he played was soccer. I put him in soccer. I wanted to do something different, and it was definitely a disaster. And I didn't even know if I had an athlete because they dropped the ball down, and the kids attacked the ball, and Jaden was kind of like, "What are they doing?"
They won't let me get the ball.
And I was like,
That's the point,
"Oh
buddy.
my God, Lord, please don't let me know I don't have an athlete."
He was 3.
But we started explaining the game to him, and then he started scoring goals, and I was like, okay, we good. We good. So just my experience with Jaden is just he's been a focused kid in the classroom, been a focused kid on the football field and in all the sports that he played. One of my main goals when I played him at quarterback is that he developed leadership skills. I played quarterback and didn't want to play quarterback, but it did teach me leadership skills when I was a young football player. And so I encouraged him to play quarterback. I knew he wasn't going to play quarterback in high school and college, but we successfully transitioned him to playing defense by the time he got to 15. And he had that passion to want to get interceptions and cover guys one-on-one and hit guys and things like that. And so he had a successful a youth career. We won 2 championships, and he learned more about what it is to win and what it takes to win. And then by the time he turned 15 and 16, it was time for me to find somebody else that could coach him up and train him. I still coach and train him, but I had two men that were very supportive of him and encouraging of him and knew the game. So I would take him to train with Rare Breed, Rob, and then he would also train on the track side with Coach B. And so Doghouse, yeah. And so we would collaborate as 3 men and just make sure that he was meeting his goals, meeting his 40-yard dash, his 100-yard dash, his weightlifting, his footwork, developing his football IQ. We would break down film, all his high school film. I would break down the teams that he would play against so he'd have a better understanding of what the receiver's going to do. Even though the high school football coaches would do it, I would do it one-on-one with my son. And I believe that was giving him an advantage to be prepared to play against the teams that he played against. And so here he is. He got an opportunity to go to Notre Dame on a football scholarship. We played Ohio State, first game of the year, and I already broke down Ohio State's spring game. Showing him the techniques and stuff that he needs to be aware of. So
he ready.
This is what it is. This is what I
chance to get
really
on the
do.
field, that is.
Yeah, this is what this is a chance for me to just, I'm an old guy, my son is gone, and I'm like, hey, it's some film on TV, I'm gonna break it down and talk to him on the phone about it.
He's still breaking down film, y'all.
That's how we stay in the game. And
we don't watch regular games here in our house. It's always pausing and breaking down film.
Right.
Okay, what about y'all? Which one of y'all going next?
I mean, for me, just growing up, Chance, I could see Chance could shoot at a young age, So, like Lamar, I ain't really force it on him. I just seen him shoot around one day, and I was like, dang, he can kind of shoot a little bit. So,
how old was he?
He was like 7. Mm-hmm. He was like 7.
He did track first.
Yeah. He ran track first, but he was about 7 years old. He could shoot. Mechanics was a little off, but I figured out once we fixed the mechanics, we just rep it out, right? Because it's no secret really of being good. You just got to do it every single day,
right? Absolutely.
And so we just been doing it every single day since he was like 8 years old, And
so what's that been like? You watching him develop to what he is today? What's that been like? Tell us how you've watched him.
It's good that he's where he is now. You know what I mean? He still has some growing to do. I just stayed on him. You know what I'm saying? Like I think if any kid is gonna be like super successful, I think they had to have some kind of Joe Jackson in their life.
Yeah. So you jump.
Yeah.
He wants to. He still
you gotta have a little bit of Joe. You know what I'm saying?
And if you watch him play now at LMU, you probably gonna call him because somebody did.
I'm like Lamar. I still talk to him every day. We communicate every day. He tells me what he needs to do. I tell him what he needs to do.
Yesterday, he's like, jokingly, ha ha ha, yeah, you didn't get your reps in.
Can't get
You
his
gonna
reps
get
in,
them in
right.
tomorrow, though, right?
There you go.
You know what I mean? So you got to do it every day in order to be successful. Like you have to do it every single
you
day.
Yesterday he just wanted to be a kid. He just wanted to play the Xbox.
Just need
Right.
just need
He was
was
like,
like,
"Dad, can I just get in there?"
He was like,
Jada don't stay up till 3.
He was like, I need a break. I was like, ain't no breaks.
I have a
Right.
question for you then, because we know, you know, our families know each other. All of us know each other really well. But I want to know who came up with the name Sniper. Was that you?
No.
or was that
It was a dude named Tony. So we was in the gym one day, and we was just getting our regular reps in, and Tony was just happened to be there, and he was just shooting. He was like, dang. He was like,
You don't miss.
yeah. He was like, he don't miss, man. He was like, you know what? Because Chance had his Instagram, and he was like, bro, you should probably change your Instagram name to Chance the Sniper. And he was like, Chance was like, he was like, and he changed it, and I guess everybody started calling him that.
Yeah,
It kind of
it's
stuck, you know what I mean? And so he just started to roll with it, and so that's actually how he came up with it. One of our good friends named Tony actually gave it to him.
I like it.
So,
Gary,
Oh,
talk
my
to
God.
us
Two girls.
about your
Talk
two
about-
two
I got
daughters.
two.
Two athletes.
Well, it all started with them playing golf because I was like, I ain't got no boys, so but I gotta get a scholarship. And I figured, you know, doing a little research, golf scholarships are easy to get because nobody fills the spot. So
Right.
either you're good or not good, you still get the scholarship as long as you play. So I was like, we're going to play golf. And Jada, I mean, when she was little, she used to run routes like Tara Owens, shaking her hands. And I throw the ball, she says touchdown. I was like,
That's cute.
she can't play football. Right? You know, so she came home and she's like, I want to play ball. I was like, you can't play no ball. We had a little hoop outside. I did a between the legs step back. I was like, do that. She do that. We'll talk about it. She did it on the first try. I was like, oh snap. I thought, do that again. right. And then I said, Layla, do that. And Layla did it, but hers was like, step back. And she made the shot. I was like, okay, because Layla's like rough rider,
How
right?
old were they?
They was
Little.
They were little.
4 and 3. They
Oh,
were little.
prop
So then you know Joe Jackson. I remember there was one incident after AAU game. They were really little, and I was so irritated, so pissed off because I was like, if you're gonna do this, I need effort. I don't care if you miss everything, I need effort. So I got into them so bad that they just sat there and they were just crying, and I was so livid. I didn't even know they were crying because I was so upset. Like, I need effort. The next thing you know,
Hey, mama.
Robert was like, Gary. I was like, oh. And then from that moment on, you know, I was still that guy, but I wasn't that guy to them because I was like, man, I really got into him. Because I always told Jada and Lynn, I said, why not you? And they were like, what you mean, why not you? I was like, why not you be the one on TV? That's my big thing. That can be you. Ain't no difference than anybody else out here. That can be you. So they put in the work, but you know, the only thing I do regret, you know, you had that question. Jada's not a McDonald All-American because of me.
Oh.
Because I moved Jada from a program because I didn't like one particular coach. In hindsight, 2020, I mean, she did well. She left West Coast Premier, went to West Coast Elite, and that was a good move. However, it was a good move, but it wasn't the right move. I should have stayed, and then it would all worked out better for both of them. But you know, when you're wrong, you're wrong. You figure out you're wrong. Guess what? Chris Lowe, and we went back.
In the end, does that really mean anything?
Yeah,
Because
that's what I was gonna
she's
say. But
amazing
what does the
at
McDonald
No, no, no.
All-American mean for you?
No, it's not for me. It was for her. That was something on her bucket list.
Right.
And
Right.
that
Oh,
meant
it
a
was
lot
on
to
her
her.
list.
So
It was on
she wasn't
Jada's
McDonald All-American
Gotcha.
because of me. However, hindsight 2020, where we at right now, things happen for a reason.
Right.
Maybe if she went back and became McDonald All-American, she wouldn't be at Cal. She'd be somewhere else and maybe a difficult situation.
Right.
She's where she's supposed to be, and Layla is where she's supposed to be. And I want to talk about Lay because Jay is, we call her the Ferrari. I think, Ben, did you say that? Or somebody. And
I think the difference, like I look at Jada and I look at Layla, and their games are totally different.
totally.
Jada is just like this shiny, you know, Ferrari, you know, she's the Porsche, she's that.
Right.
But then you got Layla, who's like this 150
F-150 dump
Mack
truck.
dump truck. And they different.
Right.
And they different.
You know what I
So
mean?
I had the chance between having both of them different, but I mean Layla, Jay is on track. Layla got her scholarship based on, I think I heard somebody say, I don't remember when, but doing one thing that a girl played defense. She was getting recruited and we were in Dallas, Texas. LMU coach showed up. Never seen her play. And in that game, that Jada locked down a very successful player that's getting ready to come out of high school. I ain't gonna say-
That Layla, you said Jada.
You
Yeah.
said Jada.
No, I said Layla.
No,
You
that's
said
it.
Jada.
I said Layla.
You
You
said
said Jada.
Okay.
We're all here
I
to
said
get
Jada. So, that Layla, see, Layla,
I was
Jada,
confused. I was
Ava,
like,
Kayla, I
what
get them
are
all
you talking about?
confused. Layla shut the girl down for 6 points. And the LMU coach said, that's the first player I seen that's gonna play college that can affect the game without scoring 1 point.
That's awesome.
And she's like, I gotta have
Defense
it.
is defense. is
So,
important.
so they both got, they both got there in their own respective ways, and I'm really proud of them. They put in the work, just like Lamar, Jaden, and Chance. You see the work. There's a difference. I mean, and it's not that our kids are special, but I just they are. I mean, but what they have, like God gave them the gift. But I just was talking to Lamar about this, and I think I sent it to you, Ben. But Deion Sanders said it perfectly. He said, I got the gift, but what I got is that discipline, that work ethic, and most importantly, I got that passion. And those are the three things that God don't give you. He gave you the gift. But then if you got those, you turn that gift into something really special and great. And a lot of kids have it, but they don't have those other three.
Right.
And that's it. But the kids are great, and then we all kind of grew up together. So watching their kids, for us to be this close knit within 15 miles of each other. Now this is amazing. 15 miles of each other, and all your kids are D1. That's impossible.
Yeah.
Getting a D1 scholarship is
tough.
2%, and then for us to be this close, and then to know each other, and then they all get D1 scholarships. So, it's amazing. It's a testament to the kids. We did our part, but the kids, they got to put in the work. They shoot the shots, they run the ball.
Absolutely.
They
we
get
just
for
here.
practice.
But you got to have, like you said, man, you got to have parents that, because I always say, if my dad, I love my dad, he worked at the post office. If my dad was me, I'd have been playing pro baseball, without a doubt.
Right.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Because you got to have that person
That kind of
to
guidance.
drive.
Yeah, and
to
we
drive.
always talk about the kids gotta have it, but really it's still from the parents. The
Right.
parents gotta
The
have it
intro.
to instill it into
Yeah.
the kids.
The intro to oversee it, to guide
Yeah.
them.
And if you don't have it and you can be tough,
Right.
Also, too, like, the kid has to have it, but the parent really has to make the commitment, right? Because
Right.
you with this kid every single day.
Mhm.
Every day, I was on the floor with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, you have to. Some days I didn't want to go.
Yeah.
Right.
There's some days when I knew he had to go. He had to go work out, and some days I just was like, yo.
If he don't
You
wake
need
me
no
up-
break?
If he don't wake me up.
Right. You don't need no break. And he was like, yeah, let's go to the gym. And it's like, what you gonna do? You got
even right
take
now,
it to the
he's
gym.
at LMU and I remember the first or second week, Ben was going down there 3 days a week and I was like, what are you doing? He was like, Chance wanna still go to Gill. I was like,
Yeah, I was taking him somewhere.
so
But I'm saying the crazy thing, he has this, he got the shooting gun now.
Right.
So one day he set the camera, up, dog, and I just watched him shoot. Cause I wanted to see like what his routine was gonna be with the
Once he
gun.
got
With the
the
gun.
Yeah.
He get more reps with the gun than me.
Right.
I'm
It
like,
comes
I'm
out of
good.
more
Yeah,
consistent.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good
that's
now.
awesome. That's beautiful.
Well, one good thing you can realize, like with your son, my girls, and even like Layla, like I was kind of worried because she followed Jay. By default, Jay working out,
Right.
Layla's working out. So Layla's a workout. Layla's getting it in, but she's following her sister because she looked up to her sister. Now they separate, and guess what? She up in the gym,
But she has-
and that made me feel
Yeah,
good.
she's
So
good
Chance.
with Chance, so
Yeah.
it kind of jumped over, and I'm like,
But
what's
now
up?
she has that family.
and she's doing it on her
that's
own.
wonderful.
Like,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
Jada was driving that, and then
Yeah.
and that's a testament to all the hard work. But man, when your kids can just put it in and change, was talking to you. Now your kids are changing the culture.
Yeah.
I mean, all of our kids are changing
Right.
the culture.
Right.
Chance, your kid, and Jada, and now Layla with I mean, because Coach like she's a dog, she's different. I gotta figure it out.
Right.
She's just that
Right.
kid.
Yeah.
So to have D1 players is one thing, because there's a lot of D1 players at school that don't change the culture, that don't know how to win,
Right.
that just happy with a scholarship, and been told all their life that I'm this, I'm that,
Right.
I'm the man. You get to college and everybody the man.
Right.
What you
Yeah,
gonna do?
it's different. And with the D1 thing, right? I don't know what it is like for football.
Right.
But I know for boys basketball, for men's basketball, this NCAA portal is no joke.
That's a whole
Like
nother
it's
story.
it's,
Yup.
it's
That's a whole nother episode. We're gonna get y'all back.
it's
before.
kids and that it's kids, man.
So I
That's
think they
sitting
can
in
talk
that
about
portal,
for a
bro.
half hour.
That should be in college right now.
Right.
But I
like
want to
you look at-
piggyback on that. I know
But
you're gonna do another episode, but I'm gonna tell you right now, you got a scholarship. If you averaging 2 and 3 points a game, or if you got a scholarship in football, but you only seem to fill one game, but you're gonna get up and go in that portal. When you go in the portal, coaches want people that can impact their program right now.
Right.
You gonna mess around. There was 300 or 400 scholarships, 1,300 in the female portal. I ain't talking about the men's football
Right.
or men's basketball.
Up to 2,700.
So you got like 700 kids that their parents spent all this money.
Yeah.
They got a scholarship. Now they at home. And guess what? You ain't getting back.
No.
It's gonna be very difficult to get to it. You're gonna be it's over. Like
Right.
that free ride is done. So you gotta really.
I tell you,
It's a
like
struggle.
for I just know for LMU, right? They had 5 scholarships at the beginning, and they four out of the portal. Chance the only high school kid that they even brought in this year.
And that's where we're believing that it's going to happen with football. Even Deion Sanders talked about it, that if the NCAA doesn't make it mandatory that there has to be a certain amount of high school scholarship offers, then all those offers will go directly to kids in the portal. And it makes sense because the kids that are performing
Right.
and in the portal and have film, they've shown that they can perform at the college level. So of course you want to take them over the kids that's in high school and you don't know if they perform well
Right.
at the next level. But there's a different topic like you were talking about where you don't have no film and you haven't shined and you go in the portal
Because you
thinking
don't
you're
like
gonna
the
get
coach. You
Right.
don't
You
like
gonna
this.
sit there.
you're gonna sit and not get your opportunity.
But then that comes back to the parents. Like, you talk about how you raise your kids and how they practice and how dedicated. And it's about the people that are around
Right.
your kids too. Because honestly, the kids that are in high school, what we always say, hey, take advantage of your opportunity. You never know who's watching you, right? So then the pandemic came up. Nobody knew, I'm gonna get my scholarship next year. Now the pandemic came up, now the transfer portal. So if you're in high school and you're not great, you're not getting a scholarship.
Right.
You know, I mean, you missed the boat, but that all goes back to what? From the beginning, how you work out,
Right.
how you train, how your parents are on you. And it ain't easy.
So
And-
we want to thank the dads for bringing up the portal, but they didn't even know that. That's our next topic. We're gonna back. So what we want to know from you guys is, like, are there any disappointments that you guys, just thinking about your kids from now, probably high school is where it really matters, high school to now. What are you most proud of, and are there any disappointments? I know, Gary, you touched a little bit, but Jen,
Not necessarily with our kids per se,
Right.
but maybe the system or
or just whatever.
Let me talk about Layla when it comes to this point. I talk about Jay, and it's coaches do this a lot because they want to win, and parents like winning and maybe not notice it. Now Layla's unique; she got her D1 scholarship. However, Layla is 5'9", and we had her playing as a center, and she's a beast, right? But that really wasn't her position, but she was really good at it, and we were winning. So 2 things, coaches are winning, they're happy, we're happy that we're winning, and I just think for parents out there, I mean, we were lucky. Make sure you notice things, because some coaches are gonna put your kids in a position that there's no reason why they should be there. We were fortunate with Layla, because she's so athletic, but if we wasn't, it would have been our fault. and because the coaches wanted to win right there, and they stuck that kid in the wrong position
Right.
because they're not looking ahead. So as far as disappointment, I can't say it's a disappointment because guess what? Both my kids are D1, so it all worked out.
But during the
some
process,
people,
it's disappointing because you're worried.
well, yeah, but some people don't have that kid that can overshine when they're in the wrong position.
Right.
Yeah.
Something to think about because I mean I'm sure you can touch on that more because you're a trainer and you see it.
Yeah. You know, one of the things that I believe in as a football coach is I don't let kids play a position that they can't earn a scholarship in. I mean, and I see coaches do that all the time. We're going to put you where you can help us win games.
Right.
But then you got a kid in a position that's going to affect the game, but he can affect the game for 4 years and then not get offered.
Right.
And so for me, I tell my coaches, I tell people all the time, the only reason why I still coach football is because I'm here to help guys get scholarships. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, I want to win. Yeah, I want championships. Yeah, I want to see everybody succeed. But the ultimate goal is to help dudes get scholarships.
Yeah.
I want to see them transform and transition to the next level and be successful at the next level. So all that is a process from when you come into high school to your last day on the football field. It's a whole process. And so what I see is so many people being, I'm gonna use the word bamboozled because you think you're nice, but you don't meet the criteria of what a D1 is nice in. So when I go back to, we talked about earlier, the benchmarks. So if you're not running a 6.46 or under, you can't talk about going to a Division I school because as a football player, at all positions that's skilled, you have to be fast.
Right.
Even like in the recruiting process right now, they're wanting 6'2" receivers, 6'2", 6'3", 6'4" receivers. So I got guys that go both ways. They play receiver, they play DB. They're 6 foot. I said, bro, I know this. I've been through the recruiting process. You got a better chance of being a safety and getting recruited to get a scholarship than playing at the wide receiver position. But then I would sit back and say, at the end of the day, what are you most passionate about?
Right.
If you say I'm most passionate about being a receiver, I said, okay, cool, play receiver. But I also want to be transparent with them. Your opportunity to get a Division I scholarship is going to be limited.
And that's been disappointing to you because I've heard you talk about how you have talented players, but the colleges won't even look at him because he doesn't meet that height requirement that they have.
Right.
But they're missing out on a great receiver.
Right. So I get a kid that's 6'2" that play DB, but he's not that good, 5 offers. I get a dude that's 5'9", but is a dog,
Amazing.
won't even look at his film. But it makes sense because they saying, bro, we're covering 6'2", 6'3", 6'4" wide receivers.
So you got
This 5'9" guy, this 5'9" guy gotta be super, super, super good for us to offer him a scholarship. But I'm just like, at least look at his film, dog.
Yeah.
That's the part that's disappointing, I think.
Yeah.
The worst part is some of these schools are the lower level D1s. I'm like, you should be thankful that someone wants to come and play for you, bro.
Right.
You know, like the programs is barely making it,
Yeah.
you know, and so, you know, it's still a job for them and it's a career for them.
Yeah.
So they rather say, you know what, I'll bypass on him. Give me that 6'2" guy.